Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all's doing today? Hopefully you're doing better than I am, but that's besides the point. So, the next generation of consoles is upon us, and are you gonna buy or are you gonna say left behind, right? That's what all the commercials and people they want to know, right? What are you gonna do? For me, my advice to you guys on the next generation of consoles is don't buy. At least not yet. Not month one, not year one, in my opinion. Maybe year two, halfway through year two, maybe there during the holiday sales of that sort. That's where you really want to hit it. Deals going on, console's been out for a little bit, and you're probably going to get a lot more games with it too now. One of my primary reasons for not giving a rat's ass about PS5 and Xbox Series X. Also, Microsoft, you have terrible naming schemes. I get confused all the time. Now I know how it feels to be a boomer, trying to buy a kid a Wii U, thinking it's a Wii, and vice versa with the DS Lite, 3DS, new 3DS. Yeah, I feel old now with these stupid naming schemes, but back to what I was saying. A lot of what I've seen in this generation of gaming, like PS4 specifically, since I used PS4, a lot of games are really not meant to be launched fully. You get a game, day one patch, which is absurd. You're launching a game and it's not even ready. Like, come on. A lot of microtransactions. Like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That shit has a lot of them. And these sizes are getting ridiculous for these games, guys. It's just wow. Like 500 gigabytes is not going to cut it now, and it's not going to cut it in the next generation either. When it comes to storage capacities, I say at least you need 2 terabytes for next gen. I think 2 terabytes even might be a little bit too low for next gen. I think you might need like 4 maybe for that. Knowing how lazy developers are getting. One prime example: look at Modern Warfare. I think that game's like 250 gigabytes now of install size on PS4. It might be 300 at this point. And the update patches were like 60 gigabytes. Ridiculous, ridiculous. These games should not be this damn big, You got Nintendo over here fitting like a whole game on like 4 gigabytes. It's absurd, right? Just doesn't make any sense. But, the argument's like, oh, well, those are bigger games. They got multiplayer, HD graphics for 4K, 60, 120 FPS, HDR, glamour, glow, blah, 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 yada, yada. Even at that point, there's just a certain amount of laziness that these developers have going into their product. Like, come on, dude, you can't optimize it just a little bit. But yeah, like I was saying, storage sizes are getting way too big. Microtransactions seem to be, a big driving factor that ruin every single damn game now. And yeah, back in like 2010, 2012, 2013, around there, I was looking at these, Chinese only first-person shooters. And now this is before the whole model of microtransactions became popular, with consoles and stuff of that sort. And I was like, my god, this is terrible. Look at the way this UI looks. It's terrible looking free-to-play bullcrap, Like, Jesus, thank god this is only relegated to the Chinese market, right? Those poor communists, right? But, yeah, eventually it made its way to, fully-fledged $60 games. And, yeah, I'm not liking it, To me, Call of Duty has had, like, a Chinese first-person free-to-play UI since Black Ops 4 for me, or Black Ops 3 even. It's not been good for me ever, and never will be. And I don't know what Battlefield's been up to since I kind of gave up on Battlefield 5, but probably the same issue there too. But yeah, for those of you who know, Crossfire, some other, Nexon BS first-person shooter that was on PC only, then you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't like these UIs either because microtransactions are just melding these UIs and taking it away for the user. It's not about giving you the best performance on how to access modes. It's more like, oh, this is like the best performance on how to get you to buy shit from us, right? So yeah, that's another reason why I don't really expect much from this next generation of games. I expect them to charge us more, to look for more shady ways of getting our money and stuff of that sort. Now, another issue here was that I think it was EA Games. They're going to be charging $70 for their next-gen console games, right? And I heard a rumor that it's going to be for every game now, not just EA. It's going to be first party, third parties. Everyone's going to be charging $70 for next-gen gaming. And I think it's bullshit, Those $10 aren't going to do shit. They're not going to help the developer. I doubt it, Like Joe, the graphics design guy, he ain't going to be paying like, he ain't going to get that raise you get from the extra $10. Don't be ridiculous. It's retarded. That's how it works. Who's going to get that extra $10? Probably the board members, the CEO, stuff of that sort, the senior board members, the vice presidents, the CEOs. People of that sort. I really doubt the devs are really getting the help they want from us spending $10 more because it's such a more intensive resource project now. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X is some next-gen shit. It's just so expensive to make games for them, Ridiculous. Excuses to take our money. Games have never been, so much easier to make now. You have so many engines to choose from. Unity engine, for example, is the #1 go-to engine for Unity. I mean, for indie developers. It's a cheap engine, you know, you don't pay that much compared to other engines, and you get good results from it. I've seen a lot of games with Unity that look like ass, but I've seen a lot of great games on Unity also that look great. And I'm pretty sure they didn't have to, you know, price hike to $70 to build their damn game, right? So all this BS of charging $10 more for the next generation, in my opinion, is just no, thank you. That's just corporate greed, as always, and, you know, these companies trying to make more money off of you, but hey, it's up to you if you want to give them money. And I think a lot of you will, which is understandable, right? You can only resist for so long before it becomes, you know, what the hell, I guess I'll spend the $10. But if you really want to get behind their backs, if you really want to make them mad, you know, wait 2 weeks when the game goes on sale. There's always some dude that, you know, turns in his copy to GameStop because he doesn't like the game, and boom, you pick it up for like $49.99. There, you already took away like 20 bucks from the developer, right? So, yeah, good on you, quote unquote. Now, another reason why I would suggest not getting into the next generation, retro. There's a lot of retro gaming out there to be had, and now if you're a boomer or, you know, early boomer, I guess you could say, if you're like the Super Nintendo generation, you know, so, you know, that Sega Genesis bullcrap, you know, stuff of that sort, it may be too late to invest into that type of retro gaming when it comes to you, simply because the platform already on YouTube has become oversaturated with freaking retro YouTubers, and part of the reason why the market, in my opinion, has gone to shit when it comes to retro gaming collectibles is these YouTubers. They have ruined retro collecting for everybody, you know. Hey, look, let's go film ourselves, you know, finding some video games on a damn store shelf, you know. Let's talk about, hey, this game's worth $100, but I only got it for $5, you know. When you see that type of behavior on YouTube and that type of video, you know, people are like, hey, oh man, I really want to do this too. I want to get these cheap games. And, you know, people are like, hey, this is a hidden gem here, you know, buy this game. You know, it's cost a lot of money. It ruins the market, in my opinion. And I think a lot of these retro tubers, they like to complain, in my, from what I've seen, oh, the community's getting worse, the prices are ridiculous, there's so many resellers, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, you're kind of the product of that. You kind of made it happen, so I don't really feel sorry for these retro YouTubers either, because A, they are more wealthy than me by far, and probably than you. They're raking in big money with those YouTube views and their sponsorship deals, so yeah, but there is hope yet, ladies and gentlemen, but maybe not that much, so I suggest getting into PS2, GameCube, and Xbox for now. Although the retro community is slowly but surely ruining that also. I know for a fact the GameCube is getting a little bit, well, not a little bit, it is getting hard to collect for. You know, Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year-Old Door. I bought that game at GameStop for like, what, 15 bucks back in the day? Now I'm looking online at prices. Someone told me they were like at $120. Ridiculous. It's crazy how much this freaking GameCube stuff is going for. And whether or not this has been affected by the pandemic, I think so. I think the pandemic has risen prices for everything when it comes to gaming and just shit in general. But I think GameCube also has always been, you know, Nintendo, and Nintendo is a collectible thing. So yeah, obviously it's going to be a little bit more valuable in my opinion. But PS2 definitely still an option. Xbox for sure still an option. And then you want to get into your Nintendo Wii, PS3, and 360, right? For me personally, I'm not going to be bothering with next gen with PS5 or Series X unless I get one for like a cheap price. I'm going to be focusing more on PS2 for now. I have like 4 PS2s. I'm looking to buy another one for the collection. So I'm going to get another PS2, some DualShocks, some memory cards, and some PS2 games. I'm going to try to pick up a GameCube for the cheap, but yeah, I really doubt I'm going to get it for a cheap price, especially during this pandemic phase. Maybe like in 5 months it'll be maybe over, guys. I hope so too. I know I'm getting pretty bored of it too. And well, yeah, I got my own pandemic stories for another video, but to wrap it up, I guess you could say, you know, the next generation gaming platforms to me, I don't feel like they're worth it in my opinion. You know, there's not going to be as many games as you'll ever get on Wii or PS2 in my opinion, or PS3. I think PS4 and Xbox One, they didn't have a lot of games in my opinion compared to previous generations like 360 and PS3. I think those guys had a really great library of video games, but when it came to PS4 and Xbox One, I didn't really feel that or see that, you know? And I think a lot of people can agree with me, too, that I think the game libraries for those consoles were not as big as their ancestors. And, you know, am I wrong? Let me know in the comment section down below, but that's just how I feel, you know? And also, game prices rising also, and microtransactions ruining gaming as a whole, getting more and more into it, gaming getting more corporate, more capitalistic, if that's where, you know, trying to get more money out of you daily. Yeah, I just don't like where the gaming industry is headed when it comes to that. Now, another thing also, like I brought up earlier, was the whole, like, there's a lot of great games on the previous generations of consoles that I haven't played, and, you know, the generation before that, I still haven't played those games, you know, and I think that rings true for a lot of people watching this video, too, and a lot of people out there who are, you know, on the fence of buying more generation consoles, right? So if you don't want to go into that new gen stuff, then there's a lot of great games on the older generation of consoles that'll probably keep you happy, and you're probably wondering, oh, but it's going to be all crappy standard definition. Good news for you, there's component cables for the Nintendo Wii, there's component cables for the PS2, PS3, and 360 are in HD. You already got HDMI, so yeah, you're really not going to be suffering that much. I guess maybe when it comes to N64 and those PS1 and, you know, the Sega Dreamcast, you might have a little bit more issue when it comes to the video quality. But there's upscalers now. There's a lot of stuff you can do to make the quality look better also. Or hey, there's always emulation too. If you don't want to do, you know, hard copies at all, you just want to go emulation, you can go through that route too. But I like having physical games in my collection. I just think it's better. You own it, you know, it's yours. And with this new generation, I hear streaming is going to be a big, big thing now, and you don't really own anything. You just rent it, essentially. And yeah, and that does not sit well with me at all. You know, power goes out, or your subscription runs out, or hey, the service is down. You're fucking screwed, man. You're fucking screwed. You better have some, like, old games backed up for you, right, eh? But that's about it for me, guys. That's my thoughts on the next generation of consoles. PS5, I don't think I'll be buying it, you know. Not really that interested in it. Not a lot of games that bring my attention to it either. Only one, really, Gran Turismo 7. And I'm not going to be buying a PS5 just for Gran Turismo 7. Maybe in a couple years when that's like $300, but for now, nah. I'm going to be sticking to retro and semi-retro consoles. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below about the future of the next generation consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X, or whatever the hell they're calling it. Are you going to be getting them? Did you agree with some of my talking points? Let me know down below. I've been away for a while, a lot of issues with my health, gastrointestinal, really bad. I really don't even know how I'm alive still, but hey, God works in mysterious ways, right? Anyways, guys, take care of yourselves out there. Pandemic's still going on, and, you know, just keep yourselves safe and stay away from fluoroquinolones. Really bad shit. Don't take ciprofloxacin, Levaquin. No, don't do that shit. It'll fuck you up really bad. Trust me, I'm living proof. I have a year of a living hell, essentially. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy. I'm Audi 5000.